Welcome back. So in the last video, we were working on getting these question and answers here, our frequently asked questions, as well as this slider bar here. The other thing we want to do is add a contact form at the bottom. So this is what we're going to be doing in the video, is actually working with and creating a contact form for people to be able to fill out a form and ask a new question. And we really want to aim it towards asking a question in this one, whereas we're going to have another contact form in our Contact Us page that is just a straight contact us. So it gives the customers a couple of ways of reaching out on your website. And so let's go ahead and do that. And it also makes this a little bit more valuable. So let's go to the back end of our website by clicking on here and waiting for that to load up. And then now that we're here, we're going to scroll down to this. Now this is this contact one is called, the plugin is called Contact Forms 7. Okay, a lot of themes come with it automatically, but you can always download it yourself if you don't have it, and you can use that. And all it is it gives somebody a form to fill out, and then when they submit it, it will email you their question. There are other contact form plugins that will save, you can do a lot more advanced stuff with it, but I think for simplicity's sake, this is great. So we're going to click on this contact forms here, and this is going to give us a list of contact forms that were already created. Now this was probably created when we installed the theme, it was automatically created, but we're going to create a new one for the FAQs page. Okay, so and then we'll get familiar with how the form works, and then we can use it. Okay, so we're going to click add new up at the top here, and it already gives us a basic layout already, which is really nice. And I'm going to call this FAQ form, so we know exactly what form it is. And I know this is coding stuff, and you know what? You don't really have to play around with this too much. It should just appear nicely the way we would want it to show up on the site. So we're gonna test that and go from that. So your name, your email, your subject, or your message. And what we can do is, in this case, I don't think we really need too much of a subject, because we're gonna force that in there. We want your message, your question. Okay, so this is so it's going to be text area, your message, and that's fine. We can just leave it like that, and then we of course have this send button that it shows there. Okay, and so now that you've done that, we can click on we can save that. Okay, and we can click on the mail tab here, and what it's going to do is this is who it's going to send to. It's going to send to the main email address. Okay, from, and now it always needs to have this format, your name in at info@nuclearearning. So it'll show the customer's name here, but it's going to send as if it was sending from this email address, which is fine. Now the subject, you want to change it. Now we deleted the your subject part, so we're going to say question from the website. Okay, so that shows us a question from the website that we know that it's coming in because we deleted the subject. I didn't want to have the customer have to type in the subject in this case. Okay, reply to your email. Your email would be the customer's email. So if you replied to that email to the customer, it would automatically reply to them. We got rid of the subject, so I'm going to delete that, and we're going to say from and then question like that, and your message. Okay, that's the message. Okay, this email was sent from contact form on Nuclear Learning. That's fine. You can just change that to whatever you want. You're the only person seeing this. We can check it off, use HTML, and that's it. It's going to use our email system that we've already set up. So we're going to save that. And over here underneath the messages is what the customer sees after they've sent the message. So thank you for your message. Be like, I would start changing this to question. Thank you for your question. We are hoping we can answer it soon. It has been sent. to us. Something like that. Okay, and there was an error sending your question, right? Please try again later. One or more fields have an error. So if they're a required field, they would come up as an error message. You must accept the terms and conditions before sending your message. We don't have to worry about that. We can change anywhere it says message. You can change it to question because that's what it is in this case. You can change any of these as you want, but a lot of these you probably will never use. So we're going to go like that. Let's just save that. Okay, so we have our contact form done. That is it. So we're going to actually copy this little code up here. This is the short code. Okay, and so I'm going to copy that. And so you saw I right clicked on it, and we're going to go back to the page that we were editing and actually add that contact form there. So let's go down to the FAQs page. Okay, and we were using the front end editor here. So we'll paste that in there and just let it load up. Scroll down now. What I want to do is scroll down and add this element to the bottom. So I'm going to add that here, and we'll do a text block because we just have to paste in this text here. Okay. And what we can do is have that there, and then we'll hit enter. And on here we can do, let's say, we'll have something like have, or let's go capitals, have different, question. Okay, and what we can do is just center that, and we will make that heading level. It's not going to let us do it. Oh, it's hiding behind here. Okay, that's okay. So we'll do that heading level 2. And we can add an element maybe in the front of it too, actually. So let's pull that over. So we can just go ahead and close that. Okay, and let's go to this row. And what we'll do is we're going to do this one where it's 2/3, 1/3. Okay, we're going to update that. Okay. And this title, I'm actually going to pull it out and have it be on its own. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to cut that out, save it, close it. And this element here, I'm going to drag it over to this side. I don't know why there we go. There we go. So it's on this side now. Okay, and here we can put another text block. And we can put some text as please fill out this form with your questions, and we will okay. All right, let's do that. And what we can do is I know that we're centering this down. We can go back to row. We're going to stick it on the top again. So now see how we had content position in the middle? We're going to put it at default. That should bring it back up here on the top. And then we're going to add another element, which is that heading that we just cut. So we can put that heading here. Okay, and then make sure that we change the font to the default font family. We're going to save that. Perfect. And just drag that above. So there you go. And if you want, you can even add another picture below here just to kind of bring all of these elements together. So there we go. We've done a page on frequently asked questions. The only thing that you may want to do is you can change the design of that, and I can show you where to go and do that. So let's just update this page real fast. And we're going to close this so we can go back to the main window so we can see first how it looks together. Great. So let's test this form real fast while you're here. So just type in your, a name, and then of course the email address. So I filled out this form here. I put my name and email, and of course, my question. So here we go. Do I need to pay for something when I buy it? And then we can click send. So I'm going to send this to, I'm going to change this, of course. I'm going to send it and see how that comes out. Okay, so I put the email in there. Let's send it. There. So this came down. Thank you. Your question for your question. We're hoping to answer it soon. It has been sent to us. So I'm going to check the email address and see. So to check that, we want to just click on a new tab. Okay, and we're going to go to our webmail. So webmail.ourwebsite.com. We should come to here and put our email address in. Okay, and of course our password. Okay, and let's log in here. All right, and of course, like we did in our email before, you can choose whichever one you want to use as far as a view. Now let's see what we got. So we have this one. So this is that's an old email. So we need to make sure, obviously, that we're sorting this by the proper date. That was when we were doing some tests. Okay, so here it is. This is a test email sent. Here's that question from the website. So we would have gotten that in our mailbox. So do I need to pay something? And this is from the person who sent it. And if I click reply on this, okay, it will reply to the person who sent it here. Okay, and then you can just type in an answer to the question there and go from there. So that's it for that contact forms. So what I'm going to do is just go back here. I'm just going to close out this email. And what we want to do is go and show you how to do, just quickly, how to update the styles of the FAQ questions. So let's go do that now. So if we click on this here, we can go down to it'll probably be down on the plugins. So if we go to the plugin section and we go to install plugins, we can find our FAQ plugin. So here they are. So there's the settings here. So we can click on settings, and here is the default styles of the colors that you want to put in there. So you can use default or custom colors here. And here you can just change the colors to the way you want them to. And what you want to do is obviously have that complement your page. I think it looks fine the way it is now for this particular color, the colors that we have there, because I had that gray background. So it sort of blends in already, and I don't really need to worry about too much about that. So that's pretty much it for the FAQs page. We're going to be moving on to the Contact Us page, and we're going to clean that up, make it look nice. We'll show you how to do the Google Maps API on that one, as well as we have a contact form on there. So we're going to make sure it looks the way we want to, and it actually works. So we'll see you in the next video.